During 2011 in the vast land of Tanzania, there is a rush.
Ni eneo la Samungu katika wilaya ya Loliondo mkoani Arusha ambalo limepata umaarufu mkubwa wa watu kufika hapa.
Not for gold rush, but for a miraculous cup that could actually cure one of the viral deadliest disease in Africa.
Magonjwa hayo ni ukimwi, ni kansa, kisukari, pumu na kifafa.
Car queues reached up to 50 kilometers. People from within and outsiders all want to meet one man,
also simply known as Babu,
who claim he can cure AIDS.
HIV, kama mnavyofahamu, ameniambia utachemsha dawa, utampa mtu kikombe kimoja, atakunywa. Baada ya siku 7 atakuwa amepona.
And after some whispers, the information spread like bushfire and has since grown into one of the largest mysteries of this modern world.
Little did they know that their desperation and hope,
once I take Babu's cup, I'm done.
We believed that we had indeed become HIV free,
would come to haunt them years after.
Like and subscribe.
Born in 1936 in Ambilike, a village in the Konde area of the Mbeya region of Tanzania, was a young boy who would shock the entire African continent. Ambilike Mwasipile, an orphan young boy, had to learn to fend for himself at a very young age. As a teenager, he migrated to the northern Tanzania, and soon he acquired new skills in building houses. With due time, his interest diverted into priesthood as the missionaries were cruising in Tanzania as they tried to Christianize people. Young Mwasipile volunteered himself to the Lutheran diocese priesthood, where he started to become an evangelist and a priest. With a acquired skill set in the priesthood area, he was posted in Samungu village in 1989 to serve as a missionary priest. During the time, the Lutheran diocese financial situation was tough, and sometimes Babu had to go for months without salary. In this tough situation, he never lost his footing in the Lord's work, and he entirely depended on God and prayers to make decisions. In fact, all his life decisions were entirely based on divine revelation, which helped him to dodge temptation. In January 1991, Babu was sleeping and he received a very strange dream. An unknown woman told him to give her a medicine and she will be cured of AIDS. Babu had no idea what the dream meant, so he continued with his pastoral ministry.
Mungu akanitokea kwenye ndoto akaniambia watu wanakwisha na ugonjwa wa ukimwi. Nitakupa dawa ambayo itaondoa ukimwi.
In early 2002, Babu surprised many by retiring. He claimed he had received another dream from God, telling him that he had to serve a bigger purpose in Samungu village. Luckily, he continued to receive his pension, which was around 5 sterling pounds, which sustained him through the tough life of Tanzania. One day, while Babu was on a choir rehearsal in 2009, Babu claimed he saw the same AIDS-infected woman who came in his dream 18 years earlier. Babu thought this was quite odd, like a deja vu moment, and he minded his business. According to him, that very night, he dreamed a person had offered him 2 roots, one each hand, which he later understood this was the key to the medicine. The following morning, when Babu woke up, out of nowhere, a quite ordinary cup had appeared in his home. For him, this was a God-sent cup to fit the missing pieces in the puzzle.
Hiki ndicho kipimo cha dawa, naona ni tofauti na vikombe vingine. Ndicho kipimo. Sikukinunua hiki kikombe, lakini ni muujiza tu wa Mungu alitoa. Nilikikuta ndani ya nyumba. Aliniambia kikombe cha kupimia dawa ni hiki.
In May 2009, Babu made the first dosage, and he gave it to the alleged woman in her dreams who went by the name Mama Upendo. Afterwards, she perceived herself cured by Babu's dosage and threw away her ARV'S and went to be checked. After many days, Mama Upendo later came to Babu claiming that she was cured, and the doctors were surprised to find there is no trace of the virus. After almost 2 decades of weird dreams and uncertainty, it was now clear to Babu that all this was God's plan for him to serve a bigger purpose in life. News of Babu healing spread like a wildfire, and Babu got to appear in the first newspaper on February 2011. By March 2011, Babu healing miracle had gained massive popularity that it was the most dominated conversation in Tanzania. Tanzanian people began to flock Samungu village in search of the cure. Samungu village, which was a remote and unknown region in Tanzania, became a point of interest for sick people from all around of East Africa.
It all began from a humble story that a former pastor turned herbalist had healing powers, and after some whispers, the information spread like bushfire and has since grown into one of the largest mysteries of this modern world.
Ni eneo la Samungu katika wilaya ya Loliondo mkoani Arusha ambalo limepata umaarufu mkubwa wa watu kufika hapa kutokana na taarifa za kuwepo mchungaji mstaafu Ambilike Mwasipile ambaye amekuwa akitoa tiba kwa magonjwa mbalimbali yanayowakabili watu.
Mwaka 2009 ikajitokeza na ndipo nikaanza kumpa mtu wa kwanza dawa.
Tourism in Serengeti almost went to a standstill as all of 4-wheel drives were hired for the trip to Samungu. Airline charter companies based in Nairobi shifted their business to Arusha Airport and an airstrip that was close to Samungu village.
Siku ile Mungu akinikabidhi dawa, sikumwona mtu wa tatu pale. Nilikuwa ni mimi na huyu aliyenipa dawa. Basi ndio hayo Mungu ambayo ameyawekea neno lake ndani ya mti ili watu wanywe wapate kupona. Magonjwa hayo ni ukimwi, ni kansa, kisukari, pumu na kifafa. Magonjwa haya hayana dawa kwa kawaida. HIV kama mnavyofahamu, ameniambia utachemsha dawa, utampa mtu kikombe kimoja, atakunywa. Baada ya siku 7 atakuwa amepona.
Famous politicians also rushed to get the cure. Journalists and foreign broadcasting corporation flocked and crowded the spot.
Amewahakikishia watu wote waliopata tiba hapa kwamba baada ya siku 7 waende wakapima hospitali na watakuwa wamepona maradhi yanayowasumbua. Amesema hilo ana ushahidi kutokana na kwamba hii dawa si kwamba ni mtafiti, isipokuwa ni maono ambayo amekuwa akionyeshwa na Mwenyezi Mungu tangu mwaka 1991 na mwaka 2009 ndipo alipoanza kutoa tiba hii.
Curfews allegedly reached up to 50 kilometers in length.
Dawa za mitishamba ni dawa zetu za kiasi, na imedhihirisha wazi kabisa kwamba umuhimu wake bado upo, kwa sababu kama unavyoona haya magari yote mpaka mwingine hatawezi kuona mwisho. Ni dawa zote ambazo zimekuwa ni watu wote ambao wamejaribu kuja hapa ili kusudi kuweza kunywa kile kikombe kimoja tu ambacho kinaaminika kutibu magonjwa yote.
People waited for days to get to the healer. Some who were critically sick died while waiting for Babu's concoction.
Kikombe ni kimoja kile kile. Utakunywa, utapona, kansa itakuisha. Ni mti, bali neno la Mungu ameliweka ndani ya mti ndilo linaloponya. Kwa hiyo unapokunywa dawa ukipona, mtazame Mungu wala usimtazame mwanadamu.
With a blink of an eye, Samungu transformed from one of the remote spots in Tanzania into a place of international interest.
Kwa mahali hapa, ameniambia watu watatoka Ulaya, watatoka Asia, watatoka Amerika, watatoka Afrika, yote watakuja hapa. Ni hapa. Maana yake hata nikikupa dawa hapa, hutakwenda nayo nje ya eneo hili, itakuwa imeharibika.
Business thrived around the area. People misery and desperation turned into a business opportunity to some. Among those who saw the opportunity was the Tanzanian government and the Lutheran diocese. The Tanzanian government decided to charge vehicles entering the area, thus producing enormous income that was produced to improve infrastructure. On the other hand, the Lutheran diocese opened up a fundraising bank account to support Babu's project without his knowledge. Everybody wanted a grasp of Babu's fame and popularity. For those that Babu administered the medicine, it costed them roughly 500 Tanzanian money. 200 will go to the Lutheran Diocese Church, another 200 would be subtracted to support Babu's worker, and the remaining 100 Tanzanian would be for Babu. Babu's light was shining bright, and soon he became a VIP on our own very eyes. He started walking around with bodyguards. Everybody wanted a piece of him. It's alleged that the Tanzanian government was supporting him and actually helped him acquire a newly built house.
The aim is to see how to improve efficacy of the herb so that more people can continue to benefit from it. The statement was made in Morogoro region by the Deputy Minister for Health and Social Welfare, Dr. Lucy Inkia, when responding to questions raised by councillors of Morogoro District Council. Dr. Inkia said initial research has established that the herb is capable of treating chronic diseases, and the government has sent experts with laboratory equipment to Loliondo to continue with further research on its efficacy.
This spiked an uproar in the Tanzanian political atmosphere, and the opposition started debating and dismissing Babu's cure. Here in Kenya, Beth Mugo warned that the cure was a hoax. Babu should be stopped and imprisoned. She argued that Babu was not just praying for sick people, but rather replacing biomedicine with faith healing. With this media frenzy, it's alleged that the cost of the cure cup actually went up.
I thought with HIV now, once I take Babu's cup, I'm done.
That was not all. News started to emerge of people who had given up in ARV'S with the hope that they have been cured were actually dying. Babu tried to fight the news allegation, but soon enough it became a mass murder of HIV positive patients who had discarded their ARV'S. Babu's shining light was actually dimming. It became clear that the concoction could not cure AIDS. The search for health had turned into a search for wealth. The ARV'S had been a great discovery during the mid-2000s, reducing the number of casualties that succumb from the disease. Suddenly we had taken a step back in this fight, as most of the victims who took the cup stopped taking their drugs. It's alleged that Babu administered an average of more than 6 million cups of the cure dosage. Scientists decided to take a test of the alleged cure roots medicine, which was widely known as Mogariga. It was a widely used traditional medicine by the Maasai, Barabeg, and the Kuria. The scientific name for the tree is called Antiaris toxicana. The tree is among the poisonous plants in the world.
The claims that it can be used to cure HIV, diabetes, cancer, and so on have no empirical data. We don't have any scientific data to support that.
For those who took the medicine, they depended on hope and faith that the cure could actually work. For the victims who fell into deception, some died and others hold trauma scars.
In 2011, I stopped taking my ARVs. Well, because we had gone to Loliondo.
Back in 2000, Gambian former President Yahya Jammeh declared publicly himself HIV positive. For the citizen, it was a good move to fight the stigma that comes with the disease. As years went by, in early 2007, Jammeh declared that he had invented his own miracle cure for the virus.
I'm not here to treat anybody anything. I'm here to treat HIV patients and Gambians for that matter. Who do you want me to convince that I can cure it?
The world.
Do I need to convince anybody?
If you really can cure HIV/AIDS,
yes.
This is an issue which matters to
I
the
can
world.
cure, yes, and I'm curing it, and I'm curing them.
Therefore, you could argue that in fact you have a duty to explain to the world.
I don't have a duty to explain to anybody who doesn't want to understand. You will only understand when I give you go and test yourself in some laboratory, which I will not do in a million years. Does that satisfy you?
Strangest thing is that he forced thousands of his citizens to undergo the treatment, and an unknown number of his citizens succumbed.
It was a disaster. Some died during the treatment, some died after discharge.
The irony is that his patients had to do away with the ARV'S for the medicine to work.
If you want to take my treatment, you will not take ARV'S.
I'm not afraid because I believe, as according to what the president said, that he is certain of his herbal medicine.
A more bizarre thing is that the medicine only worked on Thursday and Monday. This was just 2 years before Babu came up with the cure. If the patterns were true and people could actually use history to see the future, I think this could be avoided.
Because I believe,
once I take Babu's cup, I'm done.
We believed that we had indeed become HIV-free.
Often when these two are mixed, many fail to be victims of deception. HIV/AIDS has been with us for years, and the disease was made aware to the public in early 1980s.
Can you give any kind of an educated guess about how long it might be before some kind of cure is found?
Again, it's very difficult to do that. I can tell you that there are some agents that clearly have been shown to suppress the replication of the virus. This is a very unique virus because even if you block its ability to replicate, it also has the unique ability to hide or live within the cells, such that you might suppress its multiplication, but you might not ever be able to completely rid the body of the virus unless perhaps the body's own defenses come in and do that.
During 1987, the world had a breakthrough on the killer disease by introducing a new medicine. They came up with a drug known as zidovudine, AZT, which stands for antiretroviral therapy, which is also known as ARV. The drug became a symbol of hope and life for the people who had been infected, as earlier before, it was a death sentence for the infected. With the drugs, you could live quite long enough as long as you take them on a daily basis. So what really happens in your body when you stop consuming the ARVs? The HIV virus that has been suppressed in your body begins to multiply again, leading to a rise of viral load. Your CD4 cells, which are a type of white blood cells that are crucial for the strength of the body immune system, begin to decrease in numbers as the HIV virus that causes AIDS attack and destroy the CD4 cells. With your body system weakened, you are now a potential victim of optimistic disease because your immune system is low. Diseases like tuberculosis, pneumonia, and Kaposi sarcoma cancer can now take you down to your grave. Also, if the drugs are interrupted and the virus replicates in your body, you can now develop resistance to the medication, making them less effective in future. So with this knowledge and the help of ARVs, would you rather choose to live quite long enough and make peace with the virus, or rather take a leap of faith and risk your life? Years after the rush from Loliondo had capsized, Babu hit the headlines again with a new prophecy.
Hakuna kuishiwa juu ya miujiza ya Mungu. Ni habari za hii dawa kuendelea na dawa. Kwa hiyo yapo mengi sana.
Okay, unahisi hayo ambayo yatatokea yatakuwa na nguvu kama lile la mwanzo la kikombe?
Yatakuwa na nguvu kupita lile.
Unfortunately, Babu never lived long enough to experience his prophecies. 30th July 2021, Babu succumbed from an illness.
The self-proclaimed miracle healer Ambilike Mwasipile, also known as Babu wa Loliondo, is dead. According to a family member, Eric Nambolo, Babu died this afternoon at about 4 p.m. while being rushed to hospital. Nambolo says Babu has been unwell for 2 weeks.